So many people think they scored a great deal when they buy the large popcorn at the movie theater. 90% of Americans fall into this psychological trap that makes them spend 20 to 30% more every single day without even realizing it. And if you watch this entire video, you'll understand why your wallet always feels lighter even though you think you're controlling your spending. You'll also learn how to spot when the system is playing you. Picture this. You walk into a movie theater after an exhausting week at work. You're hungry, you're tired, but you're also trying to save money. You tell yourself, just get the small popcorn. Don't waste money on that bucket the size of a trash can. You don't need all those calories, and you definitely don't want to spend $10 on corn. You get to the counter. You look up at the menu board. The small is $6. Expensive, but whatever. Your eyes drift to the right. The large, that massive tub, is $8. That seems like a lot, but right there in the middle, the medium, $7.50. Your brain automatically starts calculating. Wait, the medium is $7.50 and the large is only 50 cents more? Only an idiot would buy the medium. The large is clearly twice the value. So you buy it. You walk away with a popcorn bucket the size of a trash can, feeling like you just hacked the system, like you scored an amazing deal. But in reality, you didn't win anything. You just got played beautifully. You planned to spend $6 but spent $8. That's a 33% increase from your plan. And that medium size, it's not a product. It's a psychological weapon called the Decoy effect, and it's draining your bank account every single day without you even noticing. Here's the real problem with the human brain. We are absolutely terrible at judging absolute value. If I showed you an engine part and asked you what it costs, you'd have no clue. $50? 500? 1,000? We don't know the intrinsic value of things. We are comparative creatures. Our brains only work when we have reference points, and marketers know this as clear as day. They know that if they present a product in isolation, you might decide it's too expensive, but if they place a decoy next to it, a deliberately terrible option, the expensive product suddenly looks like the deal of the century. The decoy effect works like this. It's designed to shift your preference between two other products. In the popcorn example, the theater doesn't care whether you buy the medium. They don't even want you to buy it. The medium exists for one purpose only, to eliminate the small from your mind. Without the medium, you'd compare $6 to $8 and think, yeah, saving $2 sounds good. But when that $7.50 medium appears, the comparison completely changes. You stop comparing small to large. You compare medium to large, and the large dominates the medium so heavily that the small disappears from your radar. You stop thinking about the absolute cost of $8. You just think massive bucket for only 50 cents more. And you might think, okay, just $2 at the movies, no big deal, right? If it stopped there. But it doesn't. This architecture of choice is embedded in almost every financial decision you make. From the phone you buy to the house you live in. Look at Apple. They are the masters of the decoy effect. Go to their website right now. Try buying the latest iPhone. You'll see the storage ladder. Base model, 128 gigs, $829. Next step is 256 gigs, $929. Top tier is 1 terabyte, $1129. The gap from bass to middle is designed to make you anxious. 128 gigs sounds low. You think, I'll probably run out of storage. Look at 256, that's $100 more. Kind of steep, but then you see that for just $200 more, you get 1 terabyte, 4 times the storage. They use the middle tier to push you up high. You walked in planning to buy $800, you leave spending $1,100, believing it's the smart choice because of value per gigabyte. But if you only use 40 gigs, you just wasted $300 on empty space. There's a famous study that proves this. Behavioral economist Dan Ariely discovered something strange on the Economist magazine subscription page. 3 options. Web only, $59. Print only, $125. Web plus print, also $125. Read that again. Print only and the combo cost exactly the same. There's no reason to buy print only when you get web thrown in for free. Ariely asked a group of students to choose. Almost nobody picked print only. Most chose the combo because it felt like getting web for free. Then Ariely removed print only. Just left web at 59 and combo at 125. The preference completely flipped. Most chose the cheaper web only. Print only was useless as a product, but essential as a psychological anchor. Its only job was to make 125 look like a steal instead of a trap. And here's the scary part. This tactic applies to the biggest purchases of your life. Real estate, a good agent knows how to weaponize the decoy. Let's say you're looking for a house, budget of $400,000, the median price in America in 2026. The agent shows you house A. Nice, fits your criteria, 400K. Then house B, also 400K or 410. But it's in worse condition. Roof needs repairs. Kitchen is dated. Busy street. The agent knows you won't buy house B. They show it to reset your baseline. After seeing house B, house A looks like a palace. You stop scrutinizing flaws because at least it's not as bad as house B. Then house C for 25,000. Slightly better than house A. Because you've been primed by the terrible decoy, you're more likely to stretch your budget up 25,000, feeling like you're winning big instead of negotiating hard on the 400K house. The bad option makes mediocre look good and good look amazing. The auto industry does this too. You see an ad for a RAV4 starting at $31,900. You get to the dealership, base model has cloth seats, no heated steering wheel, feels cheap. The limited trim, $41,300. That's almost a $10,000 jump. Painful. But there's the XLE Premium, $36,100. Almost all the features of the limited, but missing that one thing you really want, like the panoramic sunroof. They priced premiums so close to limited that you think, well, for just $5,000 more, spread over 5 years monthly, might as well get the fully loaded one. Premium is the decoy. It makes the jump from base to limited feel smaller. The danger of the decoy is it creates upsell leakage in your budget. You might have a strict budget for fixed costs, but your discretionary spending is constantly getting inflated 20 to 30% because of these choices. Starbucks is the perfect example. Tall, grand, venti. The difference between grand and venti is about $1, but the volume difference is significant. You almost always upsell yourself to venti because the math tells you it's a better deal. But is it really? If you don't need 20 ounces of sugar and caffeine, you're not saving money. You're spending an extra $1. Do that 3 times a week. That's $150 a year. Multiply that by every subscription, every popcorn, every combo meal you supersized because it was just $1 more. According to financial data from 2026, lifestyle creep causes Americans to lose $1,000 to $2,000 every year on average. We are efficient shoppers buying inefficient quantities. So why does our brain do this? Loss aversion and the fear of missing out on value. When we see medium popcorn at $7.50 and large at $8, our brain interprets buying the medium as a loss. We feel like we're leaving popcorn on the table. We hate losing more than we love winning. Marketers create a scenario where the only way to avoid feeling ripped off is to spend more money. It's a subtle manipulation of our insecurities. We want to be the smart person who maximizes resources. They hack that evolutionary drive to maximize their profits. And here's how this impacts the middle class squeeze. The decoy is a major driver of lifestyle creep. When you get a raise, you go shopping for a new car or apartment. You enter the market with a budget, but the market is full of decoys. Luxury apartments, 1 bedroom, $2,000. 2 bedroom, $2,800. 2 bedroom with a view, $2,900. You justify the extra $900 a month because comparing the standard 2 bedroom to the view unit makes the view look cheap. You stop asking, can I afford $2,900? And start asking which one is the best deal. 2 very different questions. The first protects your wealth. The second destroys it. There's also a particularly nasty version in SaaS, software as a service. Go to any pricing page, 3 columns. Basic, Pro, Enterprise, or Silver, Gold, Platinum. Almost always silver is garbage. Missing key features, that's the decoy. It exists to make you hate it. Gold is highlighted, says most popular, price calibrated perfectly to be painful, but acceptable compared to the limited silver. They don't want you in silver. and they know you won't pay for platinum. They built the entire maze to force you into gold. When you click gold, you think you chose, but you didn't. You walked down the only hallway they left open. So how do we fight back? How do we stop falling for the decoy? First step, recognize the ugly brother. That's a behavioral psychology term. If you have two options, A and B, can't decide, adding a third option, negative A, a worse version of A, makes a look amazing. When you're shopping, look for the ugly brother, look for the medium popcorn, look for print only. Look for the house priced high but terrible. Once you spot the decoy, you break the spell. You can say, I see what you're doing. You put that there to make me buy the expensive one. Naming the manipulation neutralizes it. Second strategy, define your absolute needs before you ever look at the menu. Going to the movies, decide in the car, I want the small popcorn. When you get there, put on blinders. Don't look at the medium. Don't do the math. The math is a trap. If you decided 128 gigs is enough for your phone, buy 128. Don't look at 256 pricing. The moment you start comparing, you start losing. You have to become an absolute thinker in a world of relative pricing. Ask yourself, does this product by itself solve my problem at a price I'm willing to pay? Yes, buy it. No, walk away. Don't let a third terrible option change your mind about the first two. Finally, use the unit cost fallacy against them. We're obsessed with getting the best price per ounce or per gigabyte, but you can't deposit price per ounce into savings. You can only deposit dollars. If large popcorn is better value per ounce, but you throw away half, you lost money. If you buy the 256 gig iPad but only use 40 gigs, you wasted $150. You paid for empty space. Efficiency doesn't matter if consumption is wasteful. It's better to overpay slightly for exactly what you need than to get a great deal on a bunch of excess you don't need. The decoy effect is everywhere. Your grocery store, car dealership, streaming services, vacation packages. It's a tax on your attention span, a tax on your inability to calculate value in a vacuum. Corporations are betting you'll always choose the path of least psychological resistance, which is the upsell. Prove them wrong. Be the difficult customer that marketers fear. Be the person who orders the small popcorn. Be the person who drives the base model because it gets you to work just as fast as the luxury trim. Be the person who keeps their money in their pocket instead of trading it for perceived value that vanishes the moment you walk out the door. If you just realized you've been upselling yourself your whole life, share the time you got hacked in the comments. Let's beat this system together. Because at the end of the day, the winner isn't the person who has the most, it's the person who wastes the least. And now you know how to spot when they're playing you. Disclaimer, this video is for educational and informational purposes only. The scenarios do not represent specific individuals. This content does not constitute financial, legal, or professional advice. Always consult with a qualified professional for your unique circumstances.